I'll be talking through a lot of trends that I see as an early stage investor in tech. I think a lot of you would have been focused on public markets in terms of which stocks to invest in, which companies to go after. And I'm going to be talking more about the future, things that I'm seeing today that will shape the future of India. If you look at the internet, it has grown in leaps and bounds. We were talking about Geo in the beginning. And the number of users in India, you'd see 2015 to 16 was a huge jump. And since then, it's just been growing faster. The other thing I see as an investor is that startups in India are growing similarly because of the internet. And a lot of companies that are getting built today are focused on building on the internet. One of the most important things for us as a country is that we have the world's largest millennial population, which means that people in the age group of 25 to 40 is the most in the world. We are more than 4 times the US, even beat China in this. And what this means is that when this group of people graduates to higher incomes, they grow up, they're going to be very different businesses that are going to be built for this group, which means that the world is going to change for India in the next 10 to 15 years. You would have seen the Zomato IPO, and I'll talk about it. But companies that are building for this group are going to become very large in the future. I'm taking some examples to show what has happened in platforms across the world. If you see how much time Facebook took to reach 1 billion users, and you see how much time TikTok took to reach 1 billion users, it's almost 1/5, right? TikTok took almost just 2 years, Facebook took close to 10 years, and it's happened, much faster than anything else. And why this has happened is the internet. And if you look at Indian companies, if you look at TCS, they took 36 years to become a billion-dollar company. Reliance 34 years, HDFC 10 years. But now there are unicorns in India, one called Inframarket, which became a billion-dollar company in 1.5 years. Grow, the company that you all are tuning into, just took 3. So scale and becoming larger is happening at an unprecedented pace now. And if you look at, consumer businesses, Sennheiser would take 9 years. You all must have used a Bose headphones. They took 2 years to reach 100 crores. Again, the internet is the enabler here. Tech is the enabler here. And this is just going to continue as we go forward. Now, an interesting framework that I use to understand what's next for us as a country is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We all understand this intuitively, but a psychologist called Maslow came up with these 5 levels, where you start with physiological, then you move on to safety, then love, then esteem, and then self-actualization. Countries go through that journey as well. So when people in a country start with solving the basic problems, which is food, water, and housing, as they would say, roti, kapda, makan, you move on to the next level, which is safety, which involves your income, education, investing, and you're seeing a lot of startups that are focused on the safety level today in India. Going forward, we'll see more of love, esteem, self-actualization. Self-actualization would be like an Apple or a Nike, brands that you want to associate with, which really increase your standing. But if you want to understand what's going to happen in India, you need to know which stage we are in. And we've just graduated, I think, from the physiological stage. So physiological meaning food. There are 2 very large unicorns now, which have disrupted the way food is delivered to us. If you look at the growth in Swiggy and Zomato listed very recently, they've grown 40-50x in 5 years. It is incredible. That growth rate is incredible, and I don't think it's seen in large companies. It has changed the way people consume food. If you look at China as a market or US as a market, China is the world's largest food tech market, by the way, and it's 10 times bigger than India. So that means that if you're taking exposure to Zomato today, it would mean that you're betting on the fact that Zomato could potentially become even bigger in the future. And with Indians becoming richer, Indians consuming more on the internet, Indians getting food from outside, this could mean that this market is going to even become bigger than it is already. Now, I was talking about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So food and the basic levels are solved for higher income folks. If you look at UPI and digital payments, it has gone through the roof. I think every one of you would have used UPI, would have used one of the payment apps. This growth is literally exponential. And the reason for this is we are now connected on the internet. We have an infrastructure which allows for moving money so quickly. And India, actually, according to me, is a global leader here. It's even better than the US. I know people use checks and credit cards a lot even today. In India, when you want to transfer money to someone else, you'll just use a P2P or a UPI account. And that shows we are moving to the next level now in terms of Maslow's needs. An area that will become interesting is insurance. India is super under-penetrated today. There are a lot of companies that, LIC is one of the largest insurers, but there are a lot of new age companies that are coming along that are trying to disrupt this, improve insurance penetration. And I'm looking at Maslow's hierarchy of needs where I say safety. I want to insure myself, my family, my car, my house. And this basically is going to be another big trend that is going to come up in the future. Everyone's talking about the bull run. Everyone's talking about money coming into the Indian equity markets. The last 4 or 5 years have been incredible. Significant capital has entered the Indian market. My sense is that it's just going to continue to get bigger and bigger as there are more businesses and companies that are worth investing. Zomato obviously created the template for a loss-making company to list, like what a Facebook or an Amazon would have done in the US. And in India, this money is also going to come in the next 5 to 10 years. A lot of credit goes to SEBI and policy making, which has allowed for this. This also means that platforms such as Grow, which help you invest better, are also going to scale. So companies that enable investing in markets are also going to do well. Moving on slightly more from safety to health, what is happening in health tech is a large number of Indian consumers are moving up in their needs. They want to take care of their health. And you're seeing that in very large health businesses getting created. Now, Reliance and Tata Digital are very well-known conglomerates, their subsidiaries, but Pharmeasy is a startup, and it 5-6 years ago was just present in one city. Today, it's more than $5 to $6 billion in worth. It acquired a public company, Thyrocare, and has acquired a bunch of other companies as well. And this basically means that health tech is going to continue to become a bigger and bigger play for India and businesses building in India. Safety getting solved, which is health, your money. People are also focusing on education. India is one of the largest spenders on education globally, even higher than China. And this is being seen as a ticket to a better life for a lot of parents who want their kids to do a lot better than they did, which is why spending on education, going to good colleges is a very big need. Now, what this means is that EdTech, which you would have come across in multiple forms, is getting flooded with capital, right? So in 2014 or 15, you would have $100 million being invested in EdTech. In this year alone, which is half year, 20x of that has already been deployed. The world's largest edtech company today is Indian. And whenever this company goes public or lists, it's going to create huge value for a lot of investors as well as retail investors who want access to this. Now, people have higher incomes, basic needs are being solved. Entertainment is your next stage that you want to go to. If you just look at Disney Hotstar's viewership, again, I'm showing you so many trends that are 10xing, but that is happening because of tech. 2014, 27 million, 2019, 300 million. 10x viewership. This is happening across the board. If you would look at YouTube in India, if you would look at any video streaming platform in India, if you would look at Netflix in India, they're all going to be growing super fast. Basically, because now that we have our basics solved for a certain group of people in India, entertainment is something they'll want to do. This is also seen in how much money companies are willing to spend on things like the IPL, which even due to the pandemic happened. The number of viewers watching the IPL broke all records on Hotstar. And that's why advertisers are willing to spend so much money, because there are eyeballs. Another trend that is happening, and maybe a lot of you participate in it but may not realize the business implications. Online gamers in India are growing at a huge pace, and that's because you have internet access and you have phones, and phones that can let you play online games. So time being spent on gaming has increased. People are watching more Hotstar, more Netflix. Companies that are building games, or gaming companies, companies that are doing entertainment, are going to be very big, large businesses in the future, and that's a trend I'm seeing shaping up. In terms of social, there's a new group of users that's coming online for the first time. And these users have never used any of the larger networks, like you would call a Facebook. They're coming on platforms like ShareChat, which is their first brush with the internet. Again, Facebook, when it was in 2010, a pretty small company in terms of its scale today. You look at a 1 billion valuation 10 years ago, today it's worth almost $1 trillion. That's 1,000x kind of growth in 10 years. And there will be certain social networks in India that will also demonstrate this kind of growth. So again, if you can get onto these rocket ships, it could result in fantastic outcomes for you as an investor. And that's basically what we do as VCs. India coming online, and Indians building for the world. If you look at the 1980s or the 1990s, there would be this phrase which would say that we've been Bangalored, which means that somebody has taken up our job, taken up our work in Bangalore from the US. And India was treated like a back office for a very long time. But more recently, if you look at SaaS companies, which is software as a service, a lot of them are building in India for the world, right? And this is a trend that has been happening over the last 4 or 5 years. There are some companies called Zoho, Freshworks, Postman, that are building in India for global markets. And these businesses are fabulous because they have an India base. They're selling in the US, which has higher incomes. So that kind of profitability and profit margin profile that these businesses have is incredible. A lot of them have begun to look at public listing both in the US and India, and this is another trend and another area that would be very interesting to look at. Now, I'm a VC, and I've been doing venture investing for the last 5 years. I've seen the kind of money that is coming into the market, the number of investments that we are doing in really small companies, the number of deals that are being done on literally a daily basis has increased tremendously. In 2016, $5 billion of money was put into the market by venture capital firms. Today, in 2021, in just half the year, $12 billion has come in, which is 2 times that money, and in half the time. So I would expect that we've literally like 4x'd venture investment, which is in startups in India. And that's only going to increase. I think it'd probably be a total of 100 billion over the next 4 or 5 years, which means that a lot of startups are going to get funded, they're going to scale, and then they're going to graduate to Zomato, which then goes public, and then everyone can access that company. A lot of tech startups are lining up for IPOs. Nazara IPO'd last year, Delivery filed its prospectus. It's also likely to IPO this year. There are a ton of tech startups that are planning to IPO in this year. Zomato already did, Policy Bazaar, Freshworks, Troom, Ola. Flipkart is planning a listing, Paytm is planning a listing. So a lot of these companies that were very small 10 years ago, which were funded by very early stage investors, have now become large organizations employing a lot of people, creating a lot of wealth for everyone involved. The final thing that I'd like to end with and then open up for Q&A is that COVID has accelerated tech adoption like nothing else. And 23 unicorns, which is a $1 billion company, have been created in the last 8 months only. It took 8 years for India to have its first 23 tech unicorns, and it's taken just 8 months to have the last 23. So it's an extremely exciting time to be in tech. It's an extremely exciting time to be working with startups that are growing. And COVID has just accelerated it because now people need to do all these things, but they can't do it by going physically. So they're doing it using companies that are using the internet or technology to have this. I actually see that over the next 10 years, there will be companies that you could rival with a Facebook, a Google, that will be built out of India. You can already see that Reliance Jio with its pivot has become a massive organization. I think it's almost worth $200 billion, $250 billion now. And I will see a lot of companies that are tech focused reaching that kind of scale over the next 10 years, which means a very different world that we're looking at. You're looking at this future today in a very small way. These $1 billion companies could become $100 billion companies in the next 5 to 10 years. So that's what I'm seeing in India and India tech, and those are the trends I'd like to share with you.
Thank you so much, sir. I think it was a wonderful session. We all had great insights from you, and thank you so much for tuning in on a Sunday. I think, I think like before you go, anything else you want to say to the audience?
No, I just would say that keep looking at tech very closely. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening there. If you can end up working in a company that's exposed to tech, would be one of the best things that you could do early on in your career. That would be my suggestion.
Definitely. All right. Thank you so much, sir. It was great having you here.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing. Please read the risk disclosure documents carefully before investing in equity shares, derivatives, mutual fund, and or other instruments traded on the stock exchanges.